This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird game, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. Second time a charm. Again, I'm on vacation in Virginia, about to hit the beach up. Not today because it's too hot. I don't even know how the players did that today, but we're going to go tomorrow. I'll be back in the studio on Sunday. I hate long drives, but I kept up with the birds. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Hurts, deep ball to A.J. Brown to open up practice. Guess who was guarding A.J. Brown? Josiah Scott. We got some stuff to talk about. Hassan Reddick on the injury report. Shout out to Notification Gang in the building. Tyler, Harper, Flybirds, Dante, Drew, Ricky, Primetime, Logan, Trey, John. Shout out to everybody. Dev10, what's going on again? We're going to do a short live stream. I want to tap in with you guys again. Talked yesterday about Jordan Davis looking different. Not only the eye test, passing the conditioning test with flying colors, but Nolan Smith able to sack Jalen Hurts. Played a lot with the first team today, but let's not stop there. There have been reports that today, right? OTAs, we heard a little bit about him playing off-ball linebacker, right? Off-ball linebacker. That's something we were curious about because we have legit question marks for linebacker too. Yes, Christian Ellis got an interception training camp day one. He's looking good. Maybe he pans out. Maybe Davion Taylor does. I don't know. Just for GP, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear in the chat, please. Anyways, who knows who linebacker 2 is? And today it was reported that Nolan Smith got a sack on Jalen Hurts. Nolan Smith looks so quick off the edge. His jump off the edge is legit. Second day in training camp. This is who he is as a player, a weapon. He's not the biggest guy, although he's pretty big, right? His size, injuries, these are things that kept him outside the top 10. All that being said, he played off-ball linebacker, and he shadowed Dallas Goedert. He shadowed DeAndre Swift, Boston Scott. We talk about it. Put a linebacker on Swift. Burn. Barbecue chicken. Somehow, Nolan Smith gets a sack on Hurts. Quick off the line. They drop him back in coverage, and he's versatile. Versatile. Now it's one play, two plays. Make sure the door is shut. It's one or two plays. But to hear that is very, very good because we want to keep Nolan Smith on the field as much as possible. You don't want him to come on, rush the passer. Well, guess what? You got to get Hassan Reddick on the field. 16 sacks last year. Second in the NFL in sacks. You need to keep Hassan Reddick on the field. Josh Sweat got better each year. He needs to stay on the field. You got to rotate BG in. You got to get Nolan Smith in. So when the pass rushing position is occupied, we not blitzing you this down. Can he be on the field? And he might be. 2 birds, 1 stone. We talked about that. If Terrell Edmunds is as good as a box safety as we think, well, the Eagles can play more 3 safety looks. That eliminates having multiple linebackers on the field. The one weak spot you can look at if you're talking about the Eagles defense. So Terrell Edmunds, hybrid, 2 birds, 1 stone. That gets Sidney Brown on the field, keeps Reed Blankenship on the field, and it helps the linebacker position. And now you can do that with a pass rusher in Nolan Smith. Offense don't know. You playing against Daniel Jones and the Giants. He's in the shotgun. He sees Nolan Smith. Well, guess what? Last play, Nolan Smith just sacked me. He's coming again. Drop back, quick pass. No, he's not. Interception, which he does have an interception on his resume, multiple in his college career. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to know that the Eagles understand. When I was driving to Virginia, right? Wife's like, stop listening to the Eagle stuff. You know what I mean? I ain't good with highways. I'm not a good driver, but I let her click on the video and whatnot. You know what I mean? But I'm over here driving to Virginia getting hyped, wanting to run through a wall for this dude, Sean Desai. Run through a wall for Sean Desai. I'm over here like, I feel like I'm in Fast and Furious. I'm just kidding. I got little kids in the car. We chilling. But the things he said about just the city, the grit, like he already talked about that. He elaborated on it again. But the red shirt nonsense, right? He gonna put the best player on the field. And if he understands that Nolan Smith is too valuable to be sitting on the sideline, coming in for what, 25, 30% of the snaps to rush the passer, he's going to utilize that 4.3 speed, that track down speed. And if you can show me blanketing Dallas Goedert and running backs out the backfield, that's a positive. Jalen Carter impresses again, right? No sacks for Jalen Carter, but reportedly he was double teamed, shed both them blocks within 2 seconds, and forced the ball carrier to go outside and get tackled. So he didn't make the tackle, but he totally destroyed that play. And Jason Kelsey talked about his strength and his speed, and he didn't get to go one-on-one with him yet, really, but it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I do got to get earbuds. I have them, and I must have left them. So I don't got them right now. And I don't need to use them often. I'm normally home in the studio for this stuff. But, yeah, we on the iPad right now. So spare room. This is where I'll be staying the next 2 days. But we got to talk about these Eagles. How you feel about Nick Sirianni yelling at the offense? I guess that they were doing some wide receiver drills, right? Swift was out there. Smitty was out there. I know for a fact he wasn't talking about Smitty because I don't think Devontae Smith ever ran a route that wasn't crisp. But he's talking about a perfect L shape, right? Getting in and out of your breaks or cutting left and right crisply. And he's like, we need this to be perfect. Chewing them up a little bit. I kind of like that. Because we always look at, or the narrative about Nick Sirianni. Oh, the narrative about Nick Sirianni is he's goofy. He's too nice. He's friendly, blah, blah, blah. Well, he was chewing them out today. And don't let the ops say, look, the Eagles can't even get it right in practice. There was a lot of backup players that were getting yelled at. And it was talking about being fundamentally sound on your route running. I love it. I love it. Nick Sirianni stopping the play to talk to these guys. Sign me up on that. But I know you're not talking to guys like Smitty and whatnot. They don't run bad routes ever. I mean, Olamide Zaccheaus. I continue to put polls, every 2 weeks about him versus Quez. Y'all know where I stand now, right? I'm a big Quez Watkins guy. But at the end of the day, whoever wins, wins. The better player should play. I am totally of that mindset. That being said, Olamide Zaccheaus dropped some balls in regular practice drills, I was told. But a couple 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s, he caught the ball in open field, looked very shifty. And I think that's where he gets the one-up on Quez. Quez is faster. Straight line speed faster for sure. He can compete with some of the fastest guys in the NFL. But the shiftiness, the yards after the catch, the ability to break tackles, not off sheer strength running through people, but the nimbleness. Quez ain't really shifty side to side. He's straight speed. And I still want that to be utilized in this offense, right? Especially now that you got check down Charlie and DeAndre Swift, who, again, day 2 training camp, the focal point is getting Kenny G and DeAndre Swift involved in the passing game. Something the Eagles lacked last year. Big time lacked last year. Whether it's HB screens, whether it's, 5 and outs, sweep passes, get these running backs involved in the passing game, get the defense second guessing what's going to happen, for the simple fact that it makes it that much harder to deal with. When you got Smitty AJ and Quez all can go deep. Now you bring in Olamide Zaccheaus, who's shifty. Devontae Smith spoke about that in one of his press conference or media sessions. Straight up said, look, this dude Olamide Zaccheaus, Philly dude, not just that, he's shifty. Very shifty in open field, so it's another element. I think what the Eagles did, right? We lost the element in Zach Pascal, the wide receiver that blocks. But we got Dallas Goedert, one of the best blocking tight ends. A.J. Brown's no slouch in the blocking game. And Smitty, for all this, he's too little. Well, I've seen him stiff arm people. I've seen him block people. So I think we're good in that department. So I'm glad that we let go of or moved on, or he moved on for us. It doesn't matter how it happened. It happened. A blocking receiver in Pascal to get the shifty guy in Olamide Zaccheaus. So I don't see how this offense takes any steps back. You could look at right guard. I think Cam Jurgens is going to do a good job. I don't think he's going to lose it. We talked about that day one camp, right? It's his job to lose. And he came in heavier, eating his Wheaties, doing his, cardio or whatever exercise. I like it. I like it for sure. D. Ratliff said the thing is he built that chemistry with them so good that whenever he gets onto them, it never is personal. That's why those team bondings are important, right? Yes, bowling on a Saturday night, doing this, that, and the third, lets them understand that Nick Sirianni is only going to come at somebody if it needs to be. And he didn't single anybody out, right? There must have been one or two players that weren't running the routes crisp, weren't fully getting that legit L shape. They were running some J's. We don't want no J's. We want L's. They're the same thing on the streets. I'm just kidding. But at the end of the day, I like the fact that he's getting on them. And when you win in this league, you gain respect. You see, the Bill Belichick way only works because he wins. He's able to yell at a guy like Tom Brady, and he takes it. Good players take good coaching, like Jalen Hurts takes coaching. Again, winning earns you respect in the league. Joe Judge, Bill Belichick disciple. Matt Patricia, Belichick disciple. Think you can run into an organization just doing this without a resume? No. And even still, Nick Sirianni does it differently. Christian said, thinking about the punter competition. Let me just say this. It's been reported that Ty Zenter, I think it is, Kai Zenter. Let me know his name if I'm messing it up. I know it's Zenny. Anyways, yeah, he had 2 back-to-back really nice kicks. Day one, he's always on the field first from day 1 to day 2. We only got 2 days to talk about, but there's still been a lot of things that transpired. But 2 days of looking like the better punter. Again, where is Sipos? How much is he contributing? Is he, I think that should be a true competition. And it's really mano-a-mano. You look at other positions on the Eagles, it's like, dang, I got to compete with these 3 wide receivers. I got to compete with these 3 D tackles. You only got to compete with one-on-one. Legatron might really get it. I like that there's competition for the punter spot for sure. What are your thoughts on Kelly Green lease on 31st? Listen, we might have to not only get our own Kelly Green jersey, and I don't know who to get, man. I want a number 1. I already got a Jalen Hurts jersey, but I want one. I want to get one of these rookies as well. But we might have to do a giveaway on the channel. Get somebody a Kelly Green, even though I know y'all going to go out there and get your own. Rome said we should try Ringo at safety too. Big and has sideline speed, ball hawk, and likes to hit. Hey, I ain't opposed to it. I think that, Sean Desai made it clear today that there's no such thing as red shirt, right? Like, who's to say that if Nakobe didn't get a fair chance, he could have beat out a Kaiser White? I'm not saying he would or should or could. I'm just saying maybe Jonathan Gannon was under your assumption that we could redshirt him because we got a guy. Sean Desai said the best man will play at that position. Ty Zenter, there we go. But I like Ringo as a possible safety. I like him just to learn, right? Because if he's good enough to get that spot, go ahead and take it. I'm really, really excited, and I touched on this early, but shout out to the 200 people in here. Hit that like button if you haven't hit it. We in Virginia on vacation. Not in the studio. Won't be in the studio until Sunday. We going to the beach tomorrow. Won't dare go to the beach today. I'd have been burnt crispy. And my light skin, I get sunburned quickly. But we talked about Nolan Smith not just sacking Jalen Hurts, getting another sack today. 2 sacks. He sacked the second team quarterback, Marcus Mariota, sacks the first team quarterback, Jalen Hurts, but they're using him off ball. This guy might be Hassan Reddick, rushing the passer, and Fred Warner off ball. Hold up, Mike. Don't go that far. Fred Warner's the best off ball linebacker in the game. However, Blankenin, Dallas Goedert, and Boston Scott, you running with Dallas Goedert, that's not easy. Boston Scott shifty up the backfield. So if you're able to do that, I'm with it. And when you show that you're versatile, you stay on the field, right? Why? You know what's crazy? We get all this Nolan Smith hype, and he's only on the field for 22% because we're only using him as a pass rusher. Big Fred, well, hold up. Yeah, I see the super chat. At the end of the day, I'm not even going to put it on the screen because I did went and freed a bunch of people who were blocked because there was a lot of good people that were blocked. The people with the wrenches got to watch. There was a lot of good people that were blocked, and I just auto unblocked everybody. And so there was a lot of weirdos in there like that too. Mike's a tree hugger. It might have been this dude right now. There's a lot of people who don't like me on Twitter and stuff. They gonna make fake accounts. You know what I mean? Don't listen to him. But he can keep giving me money if you want to. But you know what I mean? I'm chilling on vacation. As you seen, I peeped what dude said and didn't pull it up. So he can donate as much as he wants. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. That's some weird stuff right there. That's some weird. That's some, you know how lonely you got to be to try to do something like that or just to make accounts like that? Like, I got a bunch of crazy ones like Philly, the Fake Talk Podcast, Mike the Tree Hugger, this dude, Mike likes this, Mike like that. Like, if it's the same person making the accounts or different, bro, go get a life. Get a wife. Do something nice. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, Nolan Smith rushing the passer 25% of the time is what I expect. How do you keep him on the field more than 25% of the time if he's only rushing the passer? So if you get some off-ball linebacker out of this kid, and I'm not saying he's Fred Warner, not many people are. You can't expect him to come in here and be Fred Warner. But 4.3 speed, the ability to blanket a guy like Dallas Goedert and go chase down a guy like Boston Scott day 2 is exciting news. It's exciting news. I don't want anybody to get over crazy with the hype. Like, we're talking about these guys because this is what we hear and see. But it is only training camp. Jason Kelce stressed that, right? He straight said, I love what I see from Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. He does look like the combination of speed and strength. Talking about Jalen Carter, it's going to be hard to block. People are going to have to game plan for how to block Jalen Carter. But he also said, we only been out here for a day or two. And so temper expectations to the point of we still got to see them do this on NFL talent. But these are all positive signs. So as I sit here and say these are exciting things to hear, I agree. That's why I'm telling y'all what I heard. And you guys hear some of the same stuff. That being said, do it, right? Because supposedly last year, Jalen Hurts had a couple bad practices. They didn't look like that in the regular season. And so vice versa can happen now. But it's still promising to hear for sure. Eagles guru Ryan said Eagles defense is faster guys than most offense. This speed is real. Yeah, a couple of years ago, we talked about getting speed on offense. Speed kills. Well, speed could do the same thing on defense too, right? There's been times, and you hear guys say it, I forgot who it was coming out of college. He talked about the Georgia crew, right? He said, man, when we play Georgia, I feel like the field is smaller. Like, we play on the same field, but I feel like the field has shrunk. The speed these guys speed they have is so crazy that I feel like plays that I'm normally, oh, I got this hole, I'm going to take it. It closes so quick. Oh, I got the edge, let me take it. Somebody's right there. So it's crazy that speed on defense. Look, this whole league is changing, right? I think the linebackers are becoming smaller, but faster. Defensive ends are a little smaller, but faster. And then you got the occasional huge dude, Pauls, and Jordan Davis, who's fast and big, right? But the league is about speed. There's still power, right? You still got a Derrick Henry. But look at the success of a Christian McCaffrey, of Alvin Kamara, Brian Westbrook, little guy, right? The scat backs, you know what I mean? Kenny G. The league has changed to where it's not all physical power. These athletes are just ridiculous when it comes to speed and athleticism. Drew said, I watched a clip of Nakobe Dean running down a running back in open field. Yes, that tape that he put on with the Tennessee Titans, I like. You got to see more of it. He just wasn't able to put on film last year. The 803 Hitman said, hey, I want to see how how Street and Milton come out with that second string. Yes, I'm curious to see that too. And here's the thing, right? Katavius Street was for the New Orleans Saints last year what Milton Williams was for the Philadelphia Eagles this year, right? Rotation piece. 4 sacks. Good against the run. So for people just counting out Katavius Street, I think it's wild. I don't think he could get a job over Milton Williams. Milton Williams looks like the Incredible Hulk. I love that. Lethal Talent said, we are literally flying around the ball. This team is going to turn a lot of heads, and we ain't done yet. I totally agree. Jordan Davis news is crazy, right? You can see visibly that he is much thinner and in shape than he was last year. But to hear the data from the conditioning test be totally different, to hear guys like Jason Kelsey and Fletch say this guy's moving, it's crazy, right? It's funny. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith come into the Eagles organization, and all eyes, all talk is about the new Georgia Bulldogs. And Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith deserve the recognition. But Jordan Davis is like, hold up, wait a minute, bro. I was a top first round pick too. Y'all can't forget about me. I know I ain't do you guys justice year one. Some injury was involved, but we here. Selena said, I'm all for Legatron. Anyone is better than Sipas at this point. After the game with the Giants, when the Giants got the ball at the 15-yard line because he tried to advance it on his own, that block punt. Yeah, not only that's shank. That was a shank. Or that was at least shank, or something went wrong in the Super Bowl. Because he kicked it this way, and the defense went that way, or the punt team went that way. But Sipas started out really good, but he hasn't been the same for sure. Hasn't been the same for sure. Brandon said, Philly, we need Davis to play more snaps and play at a higher level with Hargrave and Edwards going. Davis will be key for the Eagles' run defense. I totally agree. But let's just look at what we also added in a run defense scenario. Jordan Davis is going to be key. Jalen Carter is a better run defender than Hargrave, right? Like, I can't compare exactly because he has never done it at the NFL level. Hargrave has. But Hargrave, where he was really good in rushing the passer, he was part of the problem in stopping the run. That being said, I think Jalen Carter is the best of both worlds. I think he can help fix the run deficiencies alongside of Jalen Jordan Davis. But let's just look at the secondary where it gets better, right? TJ Edwards was good. Who knows how great Nakobe Dean will be, right? But that being said, I love what CJ Garner-Johnson brings to the team in pass defense. But he was a liability, especially early in run defense at the safety position. We used to drop CJ Garner-Johnson down in the box sometimes, and he was out of run support. Terrell Edmonds is legit versus the run. So I'm liking that, and that also is going to help. Y'all killing Reyes in the chat. I'm trying to see what's going on in there. Mike Jank said, "This year is going to be one where I feel like we're all going to be glued to the preseason games, keeping up with the snap counts on both sides. Just how many snaps did Jalen Carter play versus Jordan Davis? How much are they playing the old guys in Fletcher Cox and BG? Where is Sidney Brown in the third safety packages if he doesn't end up starting? Where is this guy, that guy? Who is the real, snap counts are going to be important for both preseason games, and that's not going to define what happens in the regular season, because joint practice might show these guys, okay, Jalen Carter is going to be a guy that we need to get 35% of snaps automatically and start there and increase it. Jordan Davis, I think they're going to let Jordan Davis be on the field as long as he can. That's where the conditioning comes in. And we heard from Fletch that he looks different. I mean, that his conditioning test legitly was different. He's talking about Jalen Hurts. Sheesh. Davis and Carter going to be, it's so small. Davis and Carter going to bully opposing offensive lines. Milton too. Yeah, I think that rotation is going to be so good. Like, I think you're going to see a better version of Milton Williams. And there's just so much to rotate. That's why a guy like Jomo, right? People were like, that was a nice pickup in the 7th round. He might not make the team. And if he does make the team, it might be on the practice squad. Real quick, shout out to Dana B. She said, hit the like button. How many likes we got on here? We got over 280 people in the chat. This is my second time doing this. Again, we on vacation in Virginia. Not going to the beach today because it's hot. I want to hear. Yeah. We got 92 likes. Let's get it to $1.50. It's easy peasy lemon squeezies. He said, I know everything about Hurts. Anybody who starts their argument that I know every single thing about a player, don't listen to what they say. That's cap. When you got to make yourself sound intelligent before you even present your argument, knock it off. And Famous, what's going on with you? Raul said, RB Group is going to be a 3-headed beast. Yes, it is. But it really might be a committee. I always thought that the committee word was legit, but I still thought they were going to get Swift more carries. At more than not, Swift will be the guy. But I think it's legit. But the way they're utilizing Swift and Kenny G in the passing game off the grip is impressive to me, because we did not see any checkdowns last year. We didn't see any hot routes on the running back, and we especially didn't see no HB screens. When the Eagles ran a screen last year, it went to the tight end. It went to Devontae Smith. It went to Quez Watkins. We ran wide receiver and tight end screens up the wazoo. We were scared to run it with a running back. Miles Sanders wasn't catching that joint. This year's different. But I can see week 1, okay, Swift leads with 12 carries. Week 2, Penny leads with 14 carries. Week 3 is Kenny G with 11 carries. Because when a guy gets 11, 12, or 13, the other guy's going to have 7, 6, 5. It's going to be crazy. It's hard to even say because they're so different. I seen something I wanted to talk about. How I lose that? Oh yeah, y'all really going in on Reyes. Christopher. Y'all wild. I'm trying to see. Just imagine when Jalen Carter gets his hands on that midget running back the Cowboys drafted. Deuce Vaughn? Woo, he gonna kill him. Mike, UNLV going to the Birds game against the Commanders in DC. I gotta talk to LB about that. We went last year on a trip with Philly Sports Trips. It was legit. We got to see what we're doing. I know Philly Sports Trips did reach out to me. I never really answered back to them, to be honest. So I got to figure that out. Jody Scott said, best channel for everything Philly. Hey, shout out to my guy Jody. You know what I mean? I wish I could do more Philly sports, but really I only watched Eagles, Sixers anyways. Like, I'm a Philly fan when it comes to the playoffs, but I can't keep up during the regular season. DeAndre Swift is going to be a beast. I agree. But I don't think he's going to be a volume carry. So as much as I say, like, DeAndre Swift has the skill set to do what Miles Sanders did last year on the ground and add in the passing game. But I don't think it's going to get to that point for the simple fact we have so many legit running backs. I think Kenny G can carry a load one game. We got 3 guys that, if healthy, could be the guy for that game. So why make him so every game is a different guy? But Swift will have plays that we say, what? Did you see that? Did you see that? MG says Swift is soft and can be brought down with an arm tackle. I'm going to say this. He's not a bruiser back by no means, but he does have highlights where he runs through people. So, you know what I'm saying? It's good. I'm just saying. Selena said, Mike, whatever game you go to, save your voice. I remember you almost completely lost it last time. We need them updates. Facts. Yeah, it's hard when I'm at a game, you know what I mean? But yes, definitely, we gonna keep it on the easier side for sure. Joseph Tyson in the building, what's going on with you? Penny staying healthy would make this offense top in the league. Yeah, Penny staying healthy gives us that 2017 mindset in the sense that Penny is blunt. Penny is blunt. I don't know who exactly Ajayi is. I would, you know, and Clement, because like Swift and Gainwell are different. But it gives you the thunder and lightning. Whether lightning is both Swift and Gainwell, Penny is for sure thunder. Having that is key. See, Rashad Penny was drafted in the first round, 26 overall. He's never been able to just be thunder. Every time he got healthy, the Seattle Seahawks said, we need you to be a bell cow. First down, second down, third down. We need you to do it all. Maybe the Eagles are like, we're not ever going to ask him to be the bell cow. We only going to ask him to be thunder. We got 2 Lightnings and a Boston Scott and a Trey Sermon, who somehow keeps coming back to the roster, or not really back, because this is his real first offseason with the Eagles. Remember, we acquired him sometime last season. So this is his first offseason with us. So I'm curious. Y'all going in on him. If Nolan keeps balling, who does he split time with, Sweat or Hassan? That's the thing. He'll have to split time with both. To keep him in, if he continues the ball, and he is legit. Like, he is legit. He is a legit NFL player and going to be nice for a rookie. But if he ends up having a monster year, or he starts to play where it's like you can't put this guy on the bench, well then it's a true rotation with them 3. However, I do not think the Eagles are only going to use him in a pass rush situation, although he is made for the pass rush. His specialty is the pass rush. But I like the fact that an OTA, a little off-ball linebacker, drop back in zone, guard a tight end, guard a running back, and we heard it today. Back-to-back plays. Nolan Smith, super quick off the edge, doesn't get the sack, but generates pressure. Very next play, drops back in coverage and guards Dallas Goedert. Versatile. 25% of the time he rushes the passer. 25% of the time he drops back in coverage. two birds, one stone. He can play a little bit of linebacker. He can play a little bit of pass rusher. He's on the field for 50%. And Nolan Smith happy, Eagles happy, and everybody in the league is like, bro, how we let him go to 30? He can cover and rush the passer? Could you imagine if Nolan Smith by week 3, week 4 has a pick and 3 sacks, a pick and 2 sacks, a pick and even pick and 2 sacks? Because he's not playing every snap because Josh Sweat double-digit sacks. He deserves it. He's a beast too. Hassan Reddick, 16 sacks. It's hard to justify taking him off the field. But could you imagine by week 3, week 4, 2 sacks and an interception? The versatility will be off the charts. Sweat, I think, more. Reddick and Nolan's speed will be inside. Be inside. I mean, both their speed is legit. But let's not act like, look, Sweat had 11 sacks and missed 2 games. 2 games. And if you want to go mano-y-mano, Hassan Reddick versus Josh Sweat versus the run. Who's the better run defender? Like, people don't understand that Josh Sweat is legit against the run. But I do think you're going to have to get Nolan Smith in. Here's the thing. If he continues to prove that it's a problem keeping him on the bench, well, then it's like week 1. Every week his snaps are going to increase. That's my take on him. Every single week the Eagles are going to say, we have to get him in the game. If he plays 60% of the snaps, most of it got to be rushing the passer, but some of it got to be dropping back, or not 60%, whatever you play. It's going to be, he won't play 60% for at least the first couple weeks because we have so much talent at D-line. But guess what? Third quarter, fourth quarter, the offensive linemen are gassed. You had a rotation of, it's hard. I have to take a breath to even say all these names. The rotation of Fletch, Carter, Davis, Milton, BG, Reddick, Sweat, Smith, Nolan Smith. That is a long list. When you are rotating them as much as we're going to, there's always going to be a fresh body. The offensive line are going to be gassed. Even when their offensive line ain't gassed, they're not going to be able to block it. It's going to be crazy. Watching Swift highlights, he's very balanced when it comes to staying on his feet. When somebody is trying to tackle him, he's going to be nice. We'll definitely see the difference. I agree. I like everything he does. And because he's such a great pass catcher, people don't really look at him as what he can do via running the ball, but he's legit there too. Philly Talk, did you hear what Carter said about the Cowboys is going to kill them? Wait, about the Cowboys? No, I didn't hear. Let me know what he said about the Cowboys. He said he's going to kill the Cowboys? Let me know his exact take. JC Nolan, Nightmares, Big Baby Davis, Hitman, Hassan, Sweaty, Jay, and Milton. I like it. Put it on an album for sure. Put it on an album. Oh, no, we're not bringing his comments up. What we doing here? Get it off. All right. Frontline reminds me of Reggie White, Clyde Simmons, and Bob G, Jerome Brown and crew. The list is long. You know how when they like you got to take a BG, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams. You out of breath just by saying that. It's crazy. But again, I don't even understand how big it's going to be yet. Like, I understand, but it's going to hit me even more during the season. If Nolan Smith can play off-ball linebacker as well as rush the passer, he's going to be on the field a lot. The league is going to be so mad that they let him go to 30, and he might really win Defensive Player of the Year. If he plays off-ball linebacker and pass rusher, gets a couple deflections, interceptions, a couple sacks, the versatility, the fact that it cleans up LB2, Let's the safety hybrid crew, 3 safety looks roam around freely. It's going to be wild. And I'm not saying he's able to play off-ball linebacker that well, but they are trying. And so far, he's covering some guys. Shout out to my guy, D Dragon, with the $5 super chat. Yo, you can walk by, but it's gonna see. With the $5 super chat, I just wanted to scare the Niners fan in the chat. Enjoy vacation. Oh, hold on. I missed the part that scares Niner fans. Let me say clearly for y'all, or maybe I should whisper it. No, I'm just kidding. Hassan Reddick. Why would you dare block him with a tight end 2? Huh? Mr. Boy Wonder, Kyle Shanahan? Why would you do that? Anyway, Hassan Reddick, I just wanted to scare the Niner fans in the chat. Enjoy your vacation, Philly Mike. Hey, I appreciate you. And again, thought about going to the beach today, but it is hot, hot, hot. Shout out to the Eagles for getting through that. You know what I mean? It was a hot day in Philly. It's hot over here in Virginia. It's hot all over the world. But we'll be at the beach tomorrow for sure. And I'll be back in the studio on Sunday. We got some Niner gang in here. But listen, I'm not going to lie, though. MG2, Niner fan, if we talk a little bit about the Niners, he going to come back and give it to us. But he's more realistic. When he needs to talk high about his team, he does. But he also, what he said the other day, he said, I forgot who it was, Devontae Smith. He said somebody's a super underrated. I forgot. So shout out to him, though. Should have never had a tight end block Hassan. I agree 100%. That's ridiculous. D. Aldridge said Reddit. Yes, he's a monster for sure. Peter Riley in the building. What's going on with you? Chiquita in the building. What's going on? Haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah. I do give MG2 credit for that. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going to sit around and let trash be talked about the team, whether it's right or wrong. You got to defend it. But, as long as you're not over here like Christopher Reyes, you know what I mean, just out here capping to death, it's wild. iPad's about to die. We about, 42 minutes in. We going to be getting out of here shortly. But shout out to the 318 people in the building. Like I said, the committee at running back is going to be legit. You're never going to know. That's going to make it hard for defenses to game plan. Do we got a game plan for a pass catching Swift, shifty out of the backfield, running between the tackles? Do we got to prepare for Gainwell, a little smaller, up the middle, can't really find them, do this, that, and the third? Are we preparing for Rashad Penny, a bulldozer of a back who has speed? He's not the biggest, but when you combine his speed and strength and ability to run through, it's going to be tough. Jalen Carter, legit. Nolan Smith, legit. Jalen Carter shedding double teams left and right. The strength and speed is there. Still got to see it translate in the season for sure. Shout out to Hector F with the $5 super chat. Philly Talk. Did you hear what Carter said about the Cowboys? Is going to kill them. I did not hear that. I do want to look up that exact quote, though, because I want to use it and I want to hear it myself. But so you're telling me that Jalen Carter said himself that he is going to kill them, like beat them a lot? I guess that's what you're saying. I'm trying to figure it out because I did not hear that quote. But if he did say something along the lines of beating the crap or killing the Cowboys, that's just better in my book. If we would have blocked Nick Bosa with Jack Stoll, I expect Jalen to be folded in half as well. Make smarter play calls, boy genius. Couldn't say it better myself. Giants are going to beat. Giant fans coming in here like. Oh, Lord, man. I love it, though. I love it. Giant fans are like, we in this. And what? What you winning? Entice Raymond with the $2 super chat. Nolan Smith will be a better version of Micah Parsons. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. I don't even know what I'm doing. I try to hit something, but I guess it's not working on here. But anyways, that's a hot take and a half. Nolan Smith will be a better version of Micah Parsons. Look, all I'm going to say on that topic is this. They are compared to each other for a reason. They both came into the league with that type of weaponry. Micah Parsons was more firmly built attributes to be a prototypical NFL linebacker / pass rusher. But, man, I'm going to be monitoring the situation with Nolan Smith because he got the tools, the work ethic, the mindset, and he low-key brolic too. So, you know what I mean? I'm ready to see that. AB3 said, give the live a like. How many likes we got up in here? Come on, guys and gals. 300 people in here, $1.58. We need 42 more likes. 42. Let's get to 42. We need 42 of y'all to just say, hold up, wait a minute. Let me give this man a like. Christopher Reyes, he ain't gonna like it, but I don't like likes from people like that. People that are just weird. Don't know football or talk football. At least right. You don't have to say Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback ever, but to say he's overrated? Over what? How? Where? When? Y'all let me know. Let me know, Christopher. I can't wait to put a few of the 49ers quarterbacks out of their misery. Look, man, they got a lot of quarterbacks over there, though. I'm curious to see what they really do. Brock Purdy, Trey Lance. I'm curious to see what that situation is going to amount to. Does Nolan have that type of bend? Yes. If there's one thing I'm not worried about, look, like Devontae Smith came into the league as a really good route runner. He needed to, get better at other things in his wide receiver game. But man, the bend for Nolan Smith is legit. This dude redefines the word quickness. He's super fast off the edge, gets the early jump. The bend is legit. It's crazy. There's a reason that Madden ratings be jacked a little bit. No ifs, ands, or buts. But for Nolan Smith to be 73 overall, because he's a rookie and they don't know what he's going to do, but for him to guess who's the fastest linebacker / pass rusher on Madden? Nolan, because of that speed. Chiquita said, hit that like button. We got that 200 piece? Did we get that? Oh, no, we didn't. We 11 away. 11 away from the 200 piece. JB in the building, Jeremiah B with the $2 super chat. Where does Barnett fit into this rotation? Good question, honestly. We've recently heard Brandon Graham comment on this situation. Media member asked Brandon Graham what is his take on Derek Barnett, you know what I mean, being like the odd man out or not really liked by the fans and people thinking he's going to be left off the team, let alone the rotation. And he pretty much said, look, remember when I was a young pup, BG wasn't the most likable guy when he was drafted. The first year or 2 or 3, it took BG a little bit of time. And he said you got to keep that mindset. Look, it's an unpopular take, but I think Derek Barnett, the player, not up here, the physical tools of Derek Barnett, I like him. I like his bend. I like his motor. I like his tenacity. I think he got a bag of tricks. And I always saw so much potential in him. The mind, the injuries, that is what has been his problem. Bonehead plays, injuries, bonehead plays. And now that we're this deep, again, got to take a breath to say all the pass rushers. And Milton Williams is versatile to play inside, outside. So if you do want to use Milton a little bit outside, now you're talking about Nolan, Hassan, Josh, BG, Milton, Patrick Johnson. I don't know where he fits. Now, I think you keep him in case an injury happens. You still rotate him in. A fresh guy for what? 8 to 10 snaps a game ain't going to kill you. But I think his time's up in Philly after this year if he makes it. He's a possible cut candidate. I think he needs a change of scenery, to be honest. But I think the ability's there. Saw it in college in Tennessee. D Dragon said running back committee, I understand. A quarterback committee? LOL. Okay. Hey, look, another shot at Niner fans. They got a quarterback by committee. We got a running back by committee. It's different over here. But I do think Purdy going to win it. Although it's crazy if Mr. Irrelevant beats a guy they sold the farm for. They moved up heavily for one Trey Lance, I mean. Shout out to my guy, D Dragon, with the $2 super chat, though. Hodge said, hot take. Nolan Smith wins Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, and that is a hot take. But I think once the season starts, people are going to realize that is not that hot a take. It's hot right now, but I hear you. Dank said, 6 cents, Sam, no chance land, and broke Purdy. They used to say Brocky. They really came to our stadium talking about Brocky. That's crazy. That blows my mind. Rashad Penny is the beast if he stays healthy. I totally agree with you. I'm behind on the comments. Shout out to everybody in the building. We still got 293 in here again. We spoke about Nolan Smith sacking Jalen Hurts, the fact that he played off-ball linebacker. We talked about Olamide Zaccheaus being shifty, getting yards after the catch, a couple drop footballs in drills, but he made up for it during the 7-on-7, 11-on-11 period. I am still a firm believer that Quez wins the job, but Olamide Zaccheaus does bring something different to the table. That's going to be interesting. But again, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith are still the hot topics. Jalen just being dominant. Nolan not only being dominant, but now the word versatile is being tied. So speed, redefined. Now he's versatile? I don't know, man. Y'all tell me. Let me know. Hot take. This is... Hot take. We on the route to do what the 72 Dolphins did. Now, that's a hot take and a half. For sure. With that being said, we got 53 minutes deep. I'm going to go 7 more minutes. Just because an hour is an hour. You know what I mean? So we going to see that. K Peep said, any more Jan lives? If so, I got to connect with you again. The Jan lives are on pause for now. But what we will do some call-in streams on StreamYard. It's going to be as simple as click the link, come through, and we talk about it. You know what I mean? We'll be doing some of that. Mark says, Ski Mask Cowie for sure. Go get your Ski Mask shirts. Print Champs. LB got them rocking. Cowboy fan in here talking about the Eagles had their chance. No, the Eagles' chances, plural, is just upon us. It's Eagle time. How many years did we sign Jalen Hurts for? 5? 5 years contended. 5 years contended. Kelly Green, yes. I don't know who to get, what to get. I don't know who to get, what to get yet, but we got to get somebody soon. We might do a giveaway on here as well. Sean Desai got me ready to see this defense in action. Like I said, I was driving to Virginia, and Sean Desai was listening to the interview. Man, he had me hyped. I like everything he said. You can really feel that it's not just words about putting him in the right position. Like, he's feeling it out. He's pushing them. He simply said that he doesn't like he gave all the info to the guys right away. Like he's putting a lot on these young and old guys, right? Even if you don't know the scheme, he's asking a lot of you guys because he wants them to make mistakes so he can correct them. He wants to see what's going on. So I think Sean Desai is pushing these guys to a level we didn't see him be pushed to last year. I think JG really got away with just immaculate talent on his team. So we're going to see. We're going to see for sure. Hot take says good vibes. Eagles will break the sack record this year. That is a hot take because the sack record is what, 80-something? I believe we break our sack record, which is third. So right now, the Philadelphia Eagles in 17 weeks hold the third best sack record of all time. I believe we can top what we did last year. I mean, Hargrave is missing, though. Nolan Smith. Let's see how many. Here's the thing about Nolan Smith and Hargrave. Hargrave's on the field at a different position. If Nolan Smith comes on the field, you're taking one of Josh Sweat or Hassan Reddick off. Unless you put Nolan Smith in as a linebacker and blitz him, I'm going to love the Nolan Smith, Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat packages, right? Josh Sweat on one side, Hassan Reddick on the other, Nolan Smith a little offside, and he's going to blitz with him. Little stunt between him and Reddick. Which way did they go? Which way did he go? I'm going to love it. But Hargrave, 11 sacks up the middle, is going to be lost. But what Jalen Carter brings is the ability to stop the run while getting to the passer. So I like that. We will break the 40 whiners. Shout out to everybody in the building. Look, we've been live for 57 minutes. 3 more minutes. Did we get them 200 likes? Did we get them 216 on the like button? I appreciate y'all 100%. 216 on the like button. 72 in the regular season. Yes. That's third overall. And we're gonna break that. We could break that. Breaking the number 1 is gonna be hard though for sure. Oh, boy, tired, man. I woke up at 6 in the morning to drive to Virginia. I woke up at 5 in the morning. We left at 6. So we left at 6 in the morning and got here at 12:30. 6.5 hours. Some traffic on the back end. We'll be back in the studio on Sunday. We got family up here in Virginia, and we also going to go to the Virginia Beach or whatever. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all though. Hurts fans need to be humbled. Cowgirls number 1, Giants number 2, Eagles number 3, Commanders number 4. Bro, I don't even believe that. Burrow once said as long as he's on a team, the Super Bowl window is open. Same with our guy. I like that. And shout out to Joe Burrow. Hopefully the dude's okay. 72 sacks is the record held by the Bears. Yeah, what did we have? We had 70 sacks. Wait, let me know. Good vibes at that boardwalk. MG said, enjoy your vacation, Philly. Chiquita said, keep the main thing. So we were 2-0. All right. So mind you, the Bears got 72 in 16 games. The Bears got 72 in 16 games. We got 70 in 17 games. We could break 70 in 17 games, maybe. Not going to be easy, but it can happen. Yeah, that bull tried. With that being said, 30 seconds left. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Tomorrow, I'm going to hit up LB. I don't know if we're going to do a GOAT Talk thing. If I do record a video, I'm going to have to do it via StreamYard anyway, so I don't really know. So Jordan said, Madden 24 should have put the Eagles D-line on the cover. Mike Mack says, Swift and new Sproles. Hey, I'll take it. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We are out. Christopher, chill. Peace.